The atmosphere in the courtroom was charged, a low murmur rippling through the crowd as they settled into their seats. The fluorescent lights hummed softly overhead, casting a sterile glow over the wooden benches and the stern judge at the front. Officer Bradley Carter, a seasoned cop, adjusted his tie and rolled his shoulders back, exuding the confidence of someone who had navigated this scene countless times before. This was routine for him. He had appeared in this courtroom numerous times, testifying against defendants who rarely had a fighting chance against his word. As an officer of the law, his testimony carried substantial weight. He was the one with the badge and the authority. Today would be no different. Across the room sat Monica James at the defendant's table. Composed and calm, her navy blue suit was crisp and immaculate. Her deep, brown skin contrasted sharply with the bright white collar of her shirt, and her straight posture appeared almost rigid. Yet there was something unnervingly resolute in her gaze, as if she were already aware of the trial's outcome before it began. Officer Carter barely acknowledged her. To him, she was just another individual attempting to evade the consequences. He was oblivious to the fact that today would mark the greatest mistake of his career. The judge, an older man with graying hair and weary eyes, adjusted his glasses, looked over the case file, and nodded toward the prosecutor to proceed. Carter stepped forward confidently, his voice steady and professional, having rehearsed his statement. "Your Honor," he began, standing tall. "On the night of June 14th, I pulled over the defendant, Monica James, for reckless driving. She was uncooperative and refused to provide identification. When I asked her to exit the vehicle, she became hostile, leaving me no choice but to detain her." He spoke with conviction, every word deliberate, while the jury listened attentively. This was merely another routine case, a police officer's word against that of a civilian. Carter continued, "During the search of her vehicle, I discovered suspicious items that led me to believe she was engaged in illegal activity. Given her combative behavior and failure to comply, I had probable cause to take her into custody." He turned toward the judge, stating, "Everything I did was by the book." Throughout this, Monica remained silent, hands folded neatly in her lap, showing no signs of flinching or frowning. The judge then turned to her, asking, "Miss James, do you have anything to say before I make my ruling?" Slowly, Monica rose from her seat, adjusted the cuffs of her blazer, and smoothed out an invisible wrinkle before stepping forward. With the poise of someone who needed not to prove herself but had much to reveal, she said, "With all due respect, Your Honor, before I respond, may I present some credentials?" The prosecutor, already preparing for his closing argument, scoffed. The judge raised an eyebrow but gestured for her to continue. Monica reached into her bag, pulled out a black leather IED case, and walked forward, handing it to the bailiff, who passed it to the judge. The moment the judge opened it, his demeanor changed. His eyes widened as he read the card once, then twice, his expression shifting from neutral to one of disbelief and respect. "What is this?" the judge asked, curiosity evident in his voice. Monica clasped her hands in front of her, tilting her head slightly as she spoke evenly. "That," she said, "is my military identification. I am Lieutenant Commander Monica James, a high-ranking officer in the United States Navy SEALs." The courtroom fell silent, and Carter's confident demeanor began to falter. "I have served 4 combat tours overseas, led classified military operations, and completed some of the most rigorous training known to man," she continued. "I have sworn an oath to uphold the Constitution and protect this country with my life." She allowed her words to resonate before locking eyes with Carter. "And yet this officer, who has never encountered me before that night, stands here under oath and has chosen to lie about me." The prosecutor shifted in his seat, and murmurs spread among the jury as the reality of the situation sunk in. The trial had transformed from a mere formality into a monumental reckoning. "I would like to submit evidence," Monica announced. She produced a USB drive. "This contains dashboard camera footage from my vehicle, which directly contradicts Officer Carter's statement." The judge gestured for the bailiff to retrieve it, and soon, the courtroom screen lit up, revealing crystal-clear footage. Monica had remained respectful throughout the encounter, complying with every request for identification. Yet there stood Carter, escalating the situation, becoming increasingly aggressive, threatening her, and insulting her without cause. The final blow came when Carter was heard on video mocking her after the arrest, laughing alongside another officer, saying, "No one's going to believe her over a cop, she's just another." The audio cut out, causing gasps throughout the courtroom. The judge's expression darkened, and the prosecutor quickly cleared his throat. Your Honor, he said, in light of this new evidence, we would like to dismiss all charges against Miss James and formally launch an investigation into Officer Carter's conduct. The judge nodded sharply in agreement. Carter's face drained of color as the gavel came down, sealing his fate. Two officers approached him, their expressions unreadable. For the first time in his career, Officer Bradley Carter was the one being escorted out. As he passed Monica, she watched him go and calmly said, "You assumed I was just another black woman you could intimidate. Next time, do your job with integrity. If there is even a next time." Carter had no reply. His career was over. As Monica gathered her belongings and walked toward the exit, the once silent courtroom buzzed not with doubt, but with admiration. That day, justice was not only served, it was delivered with precision. The world learned a vital lesson. Never underestimate someone based on their appearance, for you never know who you are truly dealing with. If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring tales. Together, we can spread valuable lessons about humility, respect, and human connection. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.